Alright, just arrived at my buddy Anthony's house. Pulling up his driveway. Look at that. Badass. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm at my buddy Anthony's house. I've known this guy for, I don't know, it's like 10, 15 years?
Probably.
Since social media friend. We started on Car Domain. That's where I met him. And then he actually got me into Facebook. And so that's him. Say what's up, Anthony.
What's up?
And then there's his Mopars. So we're gonna walk around the Mopars, and he's gonna tell me all about them. Okay, so the last time I was here, which was, God, I think it was 10 years ago, probably.
Sounds alright, yeah.
You had the General Lee clone. It was a 70 Charger, blue interior. Was it a white car originally?
It was white.
Yeah, and somebody General Lead it. And then that car you sold. All right, well,
yeah.
talk about how you got rid of it.
Yeah, I sold it to buy a better Charger because it was rusted out, you know.
Yeah, and I
but
remember
it was a good driver. It was solid floors and whatnot. It's just had
318 in it.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special. It wasn't worth restoring at the time.
Right.
But yeah, I sold it to get a better car.
And this is the better car.
This is the better car.
All right, so 69 Charger. Oh, you took the duck off.
I did. I have that hood. I have the.
Oh, it's a totally different hood?
So yeah, this is the original hood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steel. The other one was glass, or?
It was a steel hood.
Steel hood also.
It was just a junkyard.
All right.
Had a scoop on it, hole cut out for
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you could open it too if you want.
Oh, right on.
You know
Thanks, man.
Connect the battery, and I can have a dome light.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead. You should have power.
Well, you might as well show off the motor.
Oh yeah, I guess since we're here.
Yeah.
440.
Nice.
Yeah.
And was this motor in the car? Because I know you did some engine work.
It had a motor. It was a motorhome 440. It
Okay.
was a stock. This one's. It's also a motorhome block. But
Okay.
I got it from a friend. He had it completely gone through.
Okay.
To 69 spec.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a 40 over, forged pistons, just real mild, nothing crazy.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What size cam?
You know what? I think it's like a 5 something lift. I'm not really sure.
A 509.
Yeah, it's a Hughes cam.
Oh, it's a Hughes
It's a
cam.
Hughes
Okay.
cam, yeah.
All right. And
Yeah.
how does it run temperature-wise?
It's not too bad. I do want to upgrade the water pump and get a clutch fan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a flex fan on it and just kind of a stock aluminum style pump.
Well, I mean, if you're able to drive here in Vegas,
Oh, I
this
know.
kind of
And
heat,
usually
then
I
that's
don't.
yeah.
That's the thing, because this car has been. It just sits back here collecting dust right now. It doesn't go out much because it's hot.
Tired of people going, you want to sell it? You want to
Oh
sell
yeah,
it?
that happens all the time.
Right.
Or somebody hitting it or something.
Right.
I mean, you saw what happened to the Supra, I think.
I saw. I didn't. Yeah, I saw it in the body shop.
Literally at the stop sign right there. You can see it from here.
I noticed the traffic.
Yeah, it's
Like-
getting worse.
I was gonna say, it seems worse.
So yeah, it's an SE car. It's got the wood grain and all that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So is that, if it had wood grain, does that mean it was an SE?
Yeah. The SE,
Okay.
They had the wood grain on the dash and all that stuff.
So it's probably got, sorry, the holes.
Yeah. So it's
SE
got the
holes.
SE badge. I have
Yep.
the badges actually. They're probably in the glove box.
And the SE didn't get the Charger?
No, it was just
the
SE.
SE.
That was it. Just a little smaller badge. That was all it got. And I like the
kinda-
full name Charger badge. You know.
Yeah, well now you gotta sell it and buy another one.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can't, the Mopar guys will get pissed off at
Oh,
you
yeah.
if you weld those holes shut and then
Right.
drill some new ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sold the General Lee.
Yeah. Sold the
Well,
General Lee.
you traded the General Lee for the Satellite, right?
Yeah, I traded. It was a '68 Roadrunner clone. It was a sports satellite. I traded that for the General.
Okay.
And I initially actually did not want to trade that car. I was trying to trade the guy in my '72 Charger SE. You remember
Yeah,
that, the
I
B5
like that car. Yeah.
That was a cool car. I was
That
trying
was
to
a good
trade
car.
him that car, and he's like, "No, you know, I'm more of the '68 to '70 B body." He's like, "How about that Satellite though?" I was like, "Well, I just got it. I kind of don't want to let it go." And I was like, "But if it's me getting a Charger, fine. I'll do
You'll
it.
do it for that.
Takes, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's how that happened. So, I actually picked that sports satellite up out of San Diego.
I know. I remember you getting it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I
$6
should've-"
grand.
I should have told
Back
you.
in the day, man.
Yeah.
2013, it was $6,000.
Well, it's funny. All right, hold on. I'm gonna
We'll
turn
record while we talk.
Okay, so I think we had a conversation about it, and I think I was trying to talk you out of it because I was thinking that's kind of too much money.
Right.
I think it was like, yeah, it was $6,000. I was like, you could probably get a Roadrunner for $6,000. Like,
We had a lot of people lowballing him. And I think he was asking more. He was asking like $8,500 or something like that.
okay.
But by the time I talked to him, he's like, you know what? I'm done with people. $6,000, come get it. And I was like, all right.
My way. Holy
let me
shit.
look into that. You know, let me get a truck and trailer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the satellite.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did you do then? I know you had it for a while, and then
Yeah.
you sold it or you traded it.
I had it for a little bit. I think I changed a few things. Nothing crazy. I think I did like a radiator swap. It had a small radiator in it. And then...
And it seemed like you were always the goal was always to get to a second-gen charger. Yeah. So that was one step closer, right?
It was finally, yeah, because all the second-gen chargers that I had prior, which was just the 70.
Yeah.
That was a Midwest rust bucket.
Yeah.
And it was not drivable. The tranny was shot.
Yeah.
It needed floors, like complete floors. Like it needed a lot more than I can do.
Well, and I mean, we have hindsight. Hindsight's 2020, right? But it's like, here you are, and I know because I've known you a long time. I know the prices. It's like every freaking year the prices are going up, going up.
Yeah.
So every year you don't have one is every year you got to pay more for it, and then you finally get one, and then it's like, if you let it go, this may be the last time you ever own one. You know, because
After I let go of the General Lee, I started to get worried because I was gonna get a '68 Charger RT.
Oh,
and
shit.
it was here in town. It was a real RT car, Dana 60. The guy who had it didn't really know it had all that. He didn't really know much. He didn't really work on it much. It was just that he had it from way back in the day. It was sold here in Vegas. It's a desert car, like laser straight.
Okay.
No rust, nothing. And it was blue. I don't think it was original color. It was just some like a metallic blue.
Okay.
But it was nice, and that was a huge upgrade from the General Lee because it had all the rust problems, cosmetic rust problems. It wasn't like structurally a problem, but
and you're going to an RT, which is
so
like automatically a 440.
RT.
Yeah,
it was a word of mouth thing. It was like the car's for sale but not marketed.
Yeah.
So it was my buddy's neighbor who's also Johnny. He's got a '68 Charger.
This is the guy that's also getting a shirt?
I think so.
Okay.
I told him about it. So
all right.
We'll see.
I don't see him here.
But
so.
he usually goes to Mopars at the Strip. And and Hunter, he was thinking about it too.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a '68 Charger RT. It was nice. I don't even know if he knew it was a real RT or not, but I saw the VIN number. I'm like, oh, cool, XS29.
Nice.
RT. I look under the back and I see the big Dana. I'm like, oh
shit.
I didn't say anything. I'm just like, okay, cool.
Playing it cool.
How much is it gonna take to buy the car? And he's like, well, I was thinking, 15,000. And this was like 2015.
Yeah.
I think. And I was like, okay, I just had to get a price point to sell my car.
Yeah.
General Lee. So I had a few nibbles on it, and I ended up selling it to a guy. It went to Mexico, and it went viral after they crashed it into the tree.
Yeah. Well, I saw somebody post it.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh shit. And then I saw your post saying my car got wrecked in Mexico, and I was like, oh shit. They
fully restored the car. They did a good job.
They fixed all the rust.
And then they crashed it. But that was 15. So I mean, that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, I got my money. I went to the guy. I'm like, all right, he said 15,000, and that's 100. So anyway, I got the money, and he said 15,000, somewhere around there. I'm like, okay, so maybe he'll wiggle room a little bit, maybe $1,000. So I'll shoot him 14K and see what he says. And so he was like, oh yeah, that's a good offer. Let me think about it. I'm like, oh okay, cool. I gave a few days. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll just give you the 15. It's no big deal. Oh, let me think about it. My dad was telling me not to sell it for less than $25,000. So here I am, $10,000 difference now. I'm like, oh great.
Yeah.
So I sold my General Lee. I'm out of a Charger. I don't have $25,000.
The prices are skyrocketing every minute. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now the time's ticking. Now I got to find another car. So I found this one. I was looking all over Craigslist, it was still the thing.
Yeah.
I know Marketplace is the new thing, but
Yeah.
this was 15. Craigslist was still the thing to go to, and I was looking in all kinds of states as
Yeah.
far as the Midwest, even though I didn't want to get something from over there. But yeah, it's. I looked over. I looked in Denver. I looked everywhere, and lo and behold, John, he shot me the link. He's like, "Hey, did you see this car?" It was this one, and it was priced at like $19,500. So it was relatively in my budget. I had like a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And you almost passed because it was plum crazy purple. You're like, oh, that's the wrong color. I can't have that.
Here.
Oh, thanks, dude.
How you doing?
How's it going? Johnny Mopar? I'm
Yes,
Hunter.
sir. Pleased to meet you.
No, I watch your channel all the time.
Sweet.
I'm a huge fan. He's been telling me. No. I remember when I met him and he showed me your channel. He told me that this is the guy that used to own General Mayhem. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, no. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Right on. Here, I'll get you on camera. We're actually filming right now.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
Have a beer, folks.
All right.
Sorry.
No worries, man. No worries. So he passes you. He tells you this is the car.
Yeah, I was looking, and I somehow missed it. I didn't see
Okay.
it listed, but then he shot me the link over, and I was like, oh man, I was just looking in there. It's like Boulder, Colorado, or something. Because you have to look at all the different links in the area.
Yeah.
And I somehow missed it. But anyways, he shot it over there, and I was like, oh cool, that looks like a good car.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I posted on social media. I'm like, hey y'all, what do you think? Is this a decent deal?
Yeah.
And I get a message from a Facebook friend who's been on there a long time, Michael Medina, and he's like, "Hey, you still thinking about getting that purple Charger?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "Oh, I used to own that car because he sold it to a dealership.
Okay.
So there was 1 year gap from him to now.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, so you know all about it. He's like, yeah, I bought it in 1990. It was my first car.
Oh,
bought it from
shit.
the original owner. It was a lady.
Yeah.
Well,
And
did you
so-
tell him about the cool options that this car would have had if the
Well,
parents would have let
I
him
wanted
have
to
it?
see the paperwork. He has paperwork on it. I want to see it, but
He still
It was-
hasn't given it to you?
no, he has. Yeah, it's like original stuff.
Oh shit.
Something about checking the box, trying to get the Hemi car and all this stuff.
Oh,
And they
shit.
were like, nope, can't have it. So it was the parents because she was young.
Oh, okay.
But still, that's-
I want to see that.
Yeah.
But the fact that this could have been destined to be a Hemi
Who knows?
SE.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Imagine that.
He just said they tried to check off the box for the Hemi.
Well,
But if it happened, it probably wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah.
It'd
Right.
probably
It wouldn't
be
be
some
here.
rich guy's garage.
Yeah, you get wiped down with a wet diaper
Right,
or something.
right.
Hey, you
Yeah.
can try this. This is good
Okay,
sweet
it's
beer.
not a piece of junk.
Yeah.
I'm blindly going to buy this thing. He's like, no, it's I kept it inside. It's a good car. It's got a little filler here and there, but it's nothing bad.
And this is
Okay.
at a dealer when you were looking
was
at it,
the
or
guy
was
who
that?
got it? So
Okay,
it was,
guy bought it from the dealer and
yeah.
changed his mind.
Right. So
Okay.
he had it financed through the bank, and he's like, yeah, I want it paid off, and then we'll meet at the bank, and they'll give you the title, which
Oh.
they did.
Okay.
So we met up at the bank, and the car was there. And I was saying, you know, you get excited, you're like, oh,
hell
first
yeah.
sights of the car.
Hell yeah.
You know, so we made the deal, and I trailered it back. We literally did like a bull run. It was like all night there, met in the morning, loaded it, all night back.
Holy
We were
shit.
just non-stop. It was exhausting to Colorado. I forget how many hours it was, but it was brutal.
I bet.
But I wanted this car, and I was like, gotta get it.
Nah, dude, I think the doors were like closing as far as these cars still being within reach. You know,
Yeah.
you were like right at the end of.
Danger zone, for
Yeah. And I mean, I was already ramping up, so you were. It was like now or never type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, imagine if you had to buy one today
I
at
wouldn't
this
be able
level.
to do it.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
this. What do
I
you
could
think?
do it.
This is probably what 40.
Probably.
I'd
yeah.
say it's probably 35 to 40 easily.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it when I did.
Yeah,
I ain't
dude.
letting it go.
Yeah, dude. No, well.
Won't let it go. I've had a lot of people try.
Yeah, well, I
It's
bet.
not beer.
It's not.
I thought it was. When I grabbed it out of the fridge thinking it was beer, but it's not.
That's interesting.
That's a fail on my part.
Oh, man.
Dude, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, never let it go, dude.
Yeah.
I think I've told you that probably a million times. If you do, you'll regret
I
it.
almost did twice.
Really?
Yeah. It
What was the temptation? Just
it
they're
was,
so valuable. You could pay off your house, or you could
yeah,
pay
I
off some
was-
debt.
I was gonna try and get another one. I think it was the whole just try to make a quick move.
Yeah.
It was a guy from Germany.
Okay.
So he was gonna offer me big dollars.
Okay.
He was there physically because he came to look at my Monte Carlo that I had for sale.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Drift tribute car.
Yeah, yeah.
So when they came and looked at it, they, you know, because it was kind of set up for racing, the inner tubs were taken out from the engine bay, had a roll cage, stuff like that. And they were like, oh man, this is not going to get through customs without modifications. It's not going to work.
He needs a stock car.
They're like, how about the Charger? It's sitting in the garage. And I was like, oh no, I don't think I can let it go, you know. But he's like, can we go look at it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, go ahead, look at it.
Yeah.
You know. And they were like, can we make you an offer? I was like, well, if you want to. So they did, you know.
Can I ask how much?
It was like, at the time, this was...
Because it's if you say it, you just say it without preface it.
Yeah,
it's like, oh wow, you're gonna let it go that cheap,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think it was around $42,000. It was...
Okay.
It was a few years ago. This was like back when I lived at those apartments. So,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
40. I mean, even 42 today is a lot of money. That would be.
And you know how I feel. Like I'm partially like about the. It's in the house. I didn't want it to go overseas. You know?
Yeah.
Like I understand that they want them, but I'm like, that's another Charger gone.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it. Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about it. You know, the thing about those guys is they will pay more.
Right.
Than Americans will pay for a car. And you know, if you got something up for sale and you're trying to sell it, and you know everybody's lowballing you and stuff, it's like, and they're giving you, I'll give you your asking price, and you're just like, shit.
And maybe then some, you know.
Yeah, maybe
so
then
it makes
some.
It too easy to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna cash out and just not
Right.
think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'd love for them to all stay here too. But the crazy thing is that the hobby has gone global. You know, it used to be just like an American thing. And then somewhere, I don't know, in the 2000s, with all the TV shows, I think, it's gone global. And then all those guys are just sucking the cars out of the country. You know what I mean? And it's drying them up.
Yeah.
So.
Especially ones like these, you know.
Especially.
Popular cars.
Dude. I mean, you see like Sweden. It's like, fuck, they got all the second-gen Chargers, man. They're freaking tons of videos over there of Chargers. So.
I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I kept it.
Good. Yeah, I mean, someday this car might be worth as much as what you owe in your house, and that's going to be a hard thing to resist that kind of temptation,
I'm
you know.
I'll have stuff, you know, have that set up so I don't feel like I have to let go.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a hard thing to let go, man. That's your child.
Yeah, for sure.
That's part of why I get so many cars, I think. So I can just be like, you know what, I could sell that, not this.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it helps. I honestly think it helps because,
don't feel so
well, it's the ring thing. I told you the ring thing, right? You guys,
it's like barriers almost, you know. Like your last resort, the Charger's way back here.
Exactly. Because when we were gonna move, we were talking about moving. This is maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I've kind of had it before we moved to where the house we're in now, and man, it was a nightmare. All the engine blocks and cars, and like, dude, it was brutal. But so when we were talking about doing it, I was like, fuck, I think I had to have had like 15 or 16 cars, and I'm like,
what am I gonna do with all these?
Well, it's hard to wrap every single car. Like, I don't buy them to flip them. I mean, if I can get one really cheap, it's nice to have, and then, you know, okay, if I get into trouble, I can get rid of it. Or use it to get money to buy a car I want or trade, whatever, you know. But for the most part, I have a plan around everyone or a dream around it, right? You bring it in, it's like, man, I can envision it. Vision for it, exactly. And but when you have 15, and you're like,
dreams and visions and money.
and then you're like, I got to get rid of like a bunch of them. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's hard. So you gotta. From that point, it was like, all right. The car's in the center. That's like my high school car, the 68 Charger, my dad's 68 Charger, my mom's 72 Charger, my 68 Cornet. Like, those cars are in the dead center. I wouldn't say the truck's in dead center. But all those four, like, they'll never leave. Never, ever. Right? And then you kind of go out from there. Now, at that time, I had like a 71 Imperial The drivetrain was missing, but it would have been a badass bomb, you know, just to
I
roll.
remember that car,
Yeah, I wanted to slam it, and,
Yeah.
but anyway, I got rid of that. I had the Demon, the 340 Demon car, which was just a shell, but I got rid of that, and I got rid of the GTS 340 4-speed car. You know, yeah. I mean, but those are A bodies. I mean, those cars were like more rare or more desirable because they're high performance cars. I have cars that are less desirable, but they're B bodies.
Yeah.
And I keep the B bodies.
It's
a high.
B-bodies, man.
I know
It
the
is.
B-bodies
I
are
love
where it's
B-bodies.
at.
Yeah. So I can't. I have a hard. The B bodies are always closer to the middle than the A bodies and the C bodies.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
and I've always had C bodies too. And right now I don't have any. I've
Those are
gotten rid
big
of all.
cars,
Of them.
though.
Yeah.
They are, but dude, they're cool. You could drop those cars, like put some, let's say 2-inch blocks in the back, maybe 3-inch blocks. Turn the torsion bars down, and dude, they handle the road. And they like a A body. You slam an A body, and it still won't look low. And a B body is kind of in the middle. You can lower a B body, but it won't look really low.
Right.
You know, but you could
A
slam a
C-body,
C
you could
body.
slam the shit
You
out
could
of it.
slam it, dude, and it'll still have like, you know, control arm travel and stuff. It'll have suspension. It'll still ride super
won't bottom
nice.
out anywhere.
No, I mean, if you hit a speed bump
Oh,
at
yeah.
40, yeah, it will. But
Well, yeah,
I'm not on the
obviously.
driveway.
yeah, your driveway is gonna be a
It
problem. But
sucks.
yeah,
It's hard to get cars in and out of that.
don't lower anything now.
Yeah.
The next
And
house.
I like,
As he,
I like
as he
the-
already wants to lower this, but he
just a
can't.
little,
Yeah.
most of the front. I
Well, but
can't
you're
'cause
you're getting the oil pan off my
I got
383
the
I
deep
just
oil
got.
pan on this car, so I can't lower it anymore.
So what's the story on this car? Well, let's stop here.